Well, we're here at the storage lot. I brought Mom's car because I got stuff in the van that I wanted to put into the motorhome. We got one day. I should have already been at it, but it's like 11 o'clock, so I'll get a chance to mess with it a little bit. Nice and sunny today. Supposed to be close to 60, and then it's gonna get colder. I pull this thing in where I pull that one out, so I'm gonna go get that sucker and hope it fires right up. I'm gonna leave this hanging out the back end of this a little bit farther so nobody might run into me as easily. All right. Since I've been kind of crop dusting the world with my gas out of my what I thought was a dead fuel line, I went ahead and brought 3 or 4 gallons of gas. And there's my keys to the RV. Just in case. I'm not going to put it in there unless I have to. Plan on going ahead and going back by the Costco and grabbing me some fuel, filling it up. Still smells like gas in here, strangely enough. All right, we'll kick on the battery number 1. Listen to this thing when it turns over. Seems kind of herky-jerky. We may have to put the booster on it. There she goes. Brakes still aren't set. I'm still not satisfied with the brakes, but they're working. Don't seem to have lost any pedal, but I'm gonna check fluid and look under it while I've got it out this time. Well, we're turning into the Costco. Here I thought we was recording all that time, and you haven't missed much though. Old coach is running nice. It's pulling out and shifting good. Knock on plastic. Knock on wood grain. It says no truck entry. I'm not really a truck though. I think I'm gonna wait till this old boy fills up. Gas fills right here. Well, this will be the first try to do this. Put fuel in it. It seems to be working. Not seeing it run out on the ground, so that's a good sign. Let's see, 6 gallons, that's about 50 miles. That's about 64 miles. And that's about 80 miles. $11, 88 miles. $12. It's about half the tank. I think it's full. Yeah, it's full. Here, and it's filled up. So that's 12 gallons, 96. I haven't driven it 96 miles, so there's a lot of that's coming out of the generator. Let's get a paper receipt. Heck yeah. All right. See if we can get out of here now. Put this in my little receipt book. $35,072. See if I can write on that receipt. I probably can't. Yeah, this pen's working. Okay. And we'll have to draw the 2 batteries. There we go. set that mirror on that side where I can see out of it. Got their little Kia buddy. Little oversteer going on there. Well, I guess we're gonna go stop 30. Well, maybe it's not stinking quite as bad right now. Airing it out. So 72's where we're at. Took me 12 gallons to get 50 miles, I think. So I was getting about half the mileage I hoped for because of that generator. Get home, I'll stick that battery on the generator and let it bust off, and if it will, and see if it'll warm up and slow down the idle. It may have had time to soak some of that crap loose if that is what's doing it. Have to find out what's causing them to idle up. I know it doesn't have any load on it, so it's running way too fast. There's the old 386. Take a right and go to Gallatin. Take a left and go to Nashville. Awful juddery. Of course, I don't have any tank back there to kind of give it a little more weight. I don't know what the air's like on the bags. That they may be aired up to, probably are aired up to close to 100, and I think that's just going to be too much. So I'll drop them down to 80, probably 80 pounds. Drive it around a little bit, see if it mellows it out a little bit. Of course, there's really nothing in here to damper the noise much. It's like a cargo van. It rides pretty good though. Just hitting some of those potholes and that sort of thing's a little harsher than it probably should be. Turn signal's out on the bulb, is out on the front. Need to pull that out. Put some LEDs all the way around on it. I think I've still got a handful of them. Side marker lights and That front will be 1156 replacement. Then I've got some stuff to spray on, like the cable for the wiper blades, or the wiper motor. It goes under the dash, and it's a choke cable like thing, and it's stiff as a board, but I'll soak it down with some CRC or some of that Teflon oil. That stuff's pretty slick. Then the dadgum parking brake, emergency brake cables are all on the back end, back by the rear wheels, and they're just metal braided, kind of exposed. I think they got covers on part of them, but I'm sure they're rusted up and not seized up because I moved that handle, but that sure wasn't easy. So I'll soak them down real good when I can get to them. And first one thing and another, I've also got some deoxit switch cleaner or contact cleaner that's like magic. That stuff's great. I'll hit these little electro level switches here. They've got a carbon brush and a copper contact that should clean them up pretty good. If it gets in there and hits them, I'll kind of squirt it at the top. Got a little hose that'll get in there and push that. I've done it on I did it on my other one, and it's kind of interesting because on it, the controls on the 78s that are down here on the 76, they're up here on the armrest area over here, which is pretty handy. Might throw a battery charger on those batteries and see if they're up. I bet that daggum starter's just dragging too bad. While I got the birch up in the air like that, I'm going to pull the starter off of it. Looks like just two bolts, two 3/8 course bolts, and 9/16 socket will fit them, and then pull the electrical off of it. And I can pull that one down and get a look at it and see what kind of shape the internals there are in it. I hate to just throw rebuilt stuff on this kind of stuff if it's something I know a little about. I can get bushings and brushes and a drive and that kind of stuff, but a lot of times it's the feels or the armatures that are bad, especially if you've been cranking them a lot and they're burnt up. Plus the cores on things, unless you just get lucky, they're so dang old that they've been rebuilt a dozen times, and things are getting kind of thin on them. Probably haven't built any new ones in a long time. And here's our street. Don't seem to have to swing the hind end around a long ways. It isn't cutting the distance and straightening it out too bad. I haven't run over the corners, knock on wood grain again. It's a lot longer than my van, but my van's kind of a shorty too. It's almost the size of a daggum Astro. That little birch has got to go one way or the other. So once I get it out of the way, I can pull this thing in where it's at, start kind of spending more time in it. I'll just gotta straighten this curve out a little bit. There we go. I need to go to the store and get me a plug adapter for this thing. I thought I had that one, but it just wouldn't work because of that daggum outside was too big on the one I ordered from the Amazon folk. It's still idling too high. It's probably idling about 1,000. Needs to idle a lot lower than that when it's nice and warmed up. Mess with that later. All right, well, we're here. We'll get some chemical and start fiddling with the cables and such on it and limber it up a little bit, do a little of the Christine effect. All right, we're trying to get rid of a little bit of extra junk here. Kind of funny, this panel has those quarter turn fasteners, the Zeus fasteners. And had a telephone in it. General Electric Master Executive 2. So the handset was gone, but I yanked that thing off the side here. This will come out. Some more Motorola stuff. I guess this is kind of the little brains of it here. So anyhow, we'll pull all that stuff out. I don't know what was under here. I guess it was just a little shelf that has broken on us, rotted. Those look like little lights. I guess they're panel lights. Something would maybe come on so you could fiddle with all the switches here. I cleaned a little bit off the front of this thing. Maybe that's to backlight it. And it looks like you can see stuff in there that says like rear lights and all that sort of thing, like in this panel. So I'm gonna eventually clean that all up. But for now, I'm gonna get me some room here and get rid of all this crap. I started cleaning on this, but it's still kind of nasty looking. I think they had some tape across it because it had tape residue all over the place. I'm using Goo Gone and it's working pretty good. Still needs a little work. I squirted a little bit of what I use, Triflon, I think, in this. This is the wiper cable, and man, it came alive. It's like super easy now. And then I started working on this parking brake here. It's got a cable on this end, the handle on this end, and then the cables go all the way to both the rear wheels on both sides. So there's a lot of cable sticking out there that's been rusted and all over the years, or maybe seized up a little bit. But I'm gonna spray all that down real good with some WD-40 type stuff. Should be able to fix it up. That's quite a bundle of snakes there. Pretty impressive. My little plastic cover on this thing has come loose. I think I can scrape the loose stuff off of it and get me some contact cement and glue it back, and maybe a judicious use of some rivets to hold it in the corner, because that's kind of a neat little enclosure there. Needs that shelf put back in it, but that's not too bad. I think it's probably leaked a little bit and come apart over the decades. But yeah, I'm gonna get back after it and throw this stuff out of here, all this communication stuff, and see where I'm at there. Well, I didn't get started real early this morning, but I got quite a bit done. Pretty much all I want to mess with today. I pulled this dash panel out, and I started getting rid of some of the junk that was in there. It had that radio telephone thing, pieces of it there. Ran across this thing. It's a friggin' 30 amp relay, 12 volt, 30 amps at 240 volts AC, and the coils are 12 volts. So neat little transfer switch. It wasn't hooked up to anything. That thing right there, that toggle switch was right here in this hole. Do not use this switch. It just ran to energize it, but the cables, the big old wires are cut, so wasn't nothing to it. Started cleaning these up. They still don't look very good. I'll get some Q-tip and a little better cleaner and get them knocked out of there. Here's the junk I've pulled out of the dash so far. And some of this stuff's wire I can scrounge. A lot of it's cable that's worthless. The rest of it will go in the junk. Fuse holder, whatever. Always try to scrounge what I can out of there. There's a big old cable that should come through the dash somewhere, but it may be all wired in the dash inside there for the telephone base station. Pretty sure this, like a coax cable or shielded multi-conductor. I don't know what the heck it goes for, but I would imagine it probably goes to the phone when I get right to it. That little dash says Mineola Fire Department or something on there. I've got a picture of it. It's right in here when it's backlit, it lit up. And then all the little rocker switches on the bottom have labels on them that I can't read because the light's just wrong, but flasher maybe. But it's got these little strip lights in there on the lower part of the dash that will light all that up whenever the lights are on, theoretically. Some of the bulbs are burned out. Probably going to cut the top part of that because there's nothing in it from here up, really. I just move that fog light switch and put me a padded, some kind of compartment in there I can put stuff in, or maybe a door on it, or maybe just kind of a glove compartment there. That'll be handy. And there's just air in there right now. Yeah, the old boat did pretty good on the way over. Stuck me my little generic bean bag in here to set in to see what it's like to survey the kingdom. And compared to my van, it's a long ways to that little step, but I know it'll fill up with junk fast. Kind of digging it so far. I'm gonna get all my stuff together, run to the Home Depot and get me a power cord end. It's a 30 amp 3 conductor locking type, or 30 amp 125 volt, which I've got a 30 amp to 15 amp adapter. Just can't run a lot of stuff on it, but I can do the lights and it's got a couple of 125 volt or 120 volt outlets in it. Just more stuff to play with to figure out what's what and how I want to change it around. And of course it's got the snazzy track lighting. It'll run all that from the shore power. But anyway, getting a little bit more stuff messed with. Thanks for dropping by, checking on me. I appreciate you. Take her easy.